So as you may know, I have recently made a video that goes over what I think is the best attack strategy, or not what I think, but actually the best attack strategy at every Town Hall level from Town Hall 11 to Town Hall 14 according to stats from the NDL Lightweight Division Finals. And for Town Hall 11, I in fact said that it was the Town Hall 11 Zap Witch with Siege Barracks, and that's the attack strategy I'm going to go over today. So if that sounds like fun to you guys, let's get into it. So let's take a look at this first attack, which is going to be happening right now. So when you're doing this attack strategy, you're looking for a couple things most of the time. As you can see, both the multis, they're pretty spread out, and there is a lot of high value defenses around each one of them. Not necessarily very high value, but there's a lot of pretty solid defense around them. Especially this one right here. There's a bomb tower, there's an expo right beside it. Both defenses that are pretty dangerous to witches. And then this one there isn't too much, but we can still take down two defenses. And so we're going to start off by zapping those out. When you see an expo beside a multi, we're going to use 5 lightning spells instead of just 4, because 5 lightning spells can also take down an expo. And so we're going to take down the expo right here, and then we're also going to use 4 lightning spells right here, split between 2 right in between this multi, and 2 between this arch tower and this multi. And then we're going to use an earthquake spell on top of all that to clear that whole compartment. And now what that's going to do is it's going to create a funnel inside of the base, which will force all of our witches to go through. We already started with a couple of our witches. We're going to go spread our golems nice and wide, and our witches all behind. Use the Siege Barracks as super wall breaker to break us in initially. And some things that you're looking for with this base is that it's a fairly spread out base. That's always better for witches in general. And so this base is really kind of perfect for the attack strategy. And like I always say with witches in general, it's all about the setup. So if you're able to set up the attack strategy correctly, then you're most likely going to be able to get the triple. Now also I want you to notice this jump spell. The amount of value that this jump spell got, it was able to open up the entire base pretty much and give the witches access to really walk into pretty much any compartment in the base they want, with the exception of this one right here and this one right here, both of which aren't dangerous, and both of which the flanks on the outside will take care of. So as you can see, not really much else to say from this point on. We're just going to have our witches keep walking through the base, taking down defenses. It's all about the setup. We also had hog riders in the siege barracks, by the way. And so if you're able to set up your witch attack properly and recognize what base is the right one for it, then pretty much always you're going to be able to get the 3-star. By the way, boys and girls, if you want to apply to X Empire, which is the clan family that I'm in, make sure to check them out, and you can apply. Link in the description box down below. There's an esports team, so you can play in tournaments and stuff like that. We're currently recruiting Town Hall 12 plus. In this clan family, there's 3 clans. There's Ash Empire, Hawkquake, and Seal Team. All 3 amazing clans. Link in the description box down below. Make sure to apply to them. So here's another example, but in this scenario, the attacker is going to be using just 8 lightning spells instead of 9, even though there is an expo beside. I would have personally used 9 here, but the attacker didn't have to. He also has 3 golems instead of 4, and he doesn't have a jump spell. Instead, he has 3 super wall breakers. So as you can see, this base is also fairly opened up. And let's see how he's going to be starting this. Once again, obviously, he's going to be zapping out both the multis. Let's go times 4, because he's taking a while to do that. Okay, I saw the value right beside, so there's a bomb tower here, and I think an air defense here. Take down splash when you can, and then he's going to be doing the exact same thing with the wizard tower right there. Now notice on this side of the base, there's pretty much no splash damage, with the exception of this one wizard tower. And on this side, there's just a mortar and a wizard tower. It's not too dangerous. So the flanks are going to be pretty strong going in on this base. Once again, Siege Barracks goes in on the inside right there. There's a little crack in here in the walls, which will allow everything to kind of go in right from the start. And we already used all of our super wall breakers pretty much. So we're going to rely on what was already opened up in the base. Deal with it, as well as whatever is in the Siege Barracks. And we're really going to rely on the flanks coming in near the end to save us during the attack. So we're going to go ahead and drop the poison on the CC, obviously. We're entering a fairly high DPS area. We already have used our warden ability. We have a heal right now, which in terms of spells is kind of like a warden ability. Not exactly, obviously, but it's used in a similar way-ish. So we're going to use the heal spell on our hog riders, which will allow them to take down these last couple of defense right here, which the witches weren't really able to get. And from this point on, not really much else to say. It's just witches taking down the last couple of defenses, last couple of buildings. From this point on, you can't really control anything except for your queen ability, which you'll just let go to auto, I guess. And once again, it's another beautiful 3-star. So once again, we're using 4 golems in this scenario and a jump spell. So let's see where the Inferno Towers are. And around these ones, there isn't too much value, but there is a cannon, and we're still able to make it work. So really same deal. And notice where you're putting the Earthquake spell in a way so that we can at least damage some other things. Here there's a Warden statue, which we're going to split between the cannon, and we're going to split it just like so. And now that the initial funnel has been created, we can start our golems on the top right side of the base, get them going nice and wide. We have a super wall breaker to initially break them in. Now be careful with small compartments like this, because the point of this compartment right here is to essentially attract super wall breakers. And so I suggest you wait until this building right here isn't actually down, or you can put your super wall breaker much more to the side like the attacker right here did. Anyways, everything is going inside the base right here, and I want you to once again notice how opened up this base is. Perfect for these kinds of Zap Witch attacks. And so that jump spell, once again, with great value, opened up that base to that very closed off Eagle Artillery, which is typically fairly hard to get because of how closed off it is. And we're able to just get inside there. Warden ability will get used right now. And we have a golem going inside. We have a whole lot of stuff going inside. Queen's ability hasn't gotten used. Yes, King's ability just now gets used. And there isn't that much splash damage on the outside of the base, which is great. Hog Riders, once again, in the Siege Barracks. It's always Hog Riders in the Siege Barracks. That's just the standard. There are rare times when you use Valkyries, but there's like 99% of the time you use Hog Riders. So anyways, we have our witches just clearing down the last couple of defenses. We can go ×4 because it's just them clearing the last defenses. And that's just how it is. It's all about the setup. If you can set it up correctly, you can get the 3-star. 4 lightning spells and 1 earthquake spell is enough to take down Inferno Tower. 5 lightning spells and 1 earthquake spell is enough to take down an Expo. And you want to split it up and kind of spread it around the best way you possibly can and get 3 stars. So let's watch how this triple happens. And so let's look at the splash right beside. So once again, he's using 9 lightning spells, and he's going to use a 5 on here, I'm assuming, to also take down that Expo. It's fair to use 1 extra lightning spell to take down Expo. Nothing wrong with that. And here there's a bomb tower right beside this Inferno Tower, which is very excellent splash value, which we want to take care of. So see 5 lightning spells right there and an earthquake spell. And then we're going to probably split, 2 between this bomb tower and this Inferno Tower. And then another 2. Yeah, so we're splitting between all of these to take down as much as we can. And now we can start off with our golems and our witches. So we're starting them off on the bottom left side of the base. If you don't know where to go, if you see that there's like, as you can see right here, this is the funnel we created and this is the funnel we created. We can start it off on here so that they kind of go and pierce through that funnel. And that's kind of like a general starting point. And so we have our witches going in here with the siege barracks, all that good stuff, typical setup, you know how it works. We have a drum spell getting used right here, and it's, the drum spells, it's really something I want you guys to notice. The amount of value that each drum spell gets, it's absolutely incredible. We're going to use our warden ability right here up against that CC. We're going to be able to keep just going through this base. We still have a lot of wizards from the siege barracks and our hog riders coming in right now. The super minions from the CC are going to be getting taken down right now. We have our hog riders taking down that eagle artillery and just going through the entire base, and also kind of tanking for whatever in there. And then we still have a very strong flank going in on the top leftish side of the base. Hog riders still alive, wizards still alive, and everything is still good. Once again, we can go ×4. It's all about the setup. It's simple as that. Last couple of buildings are gonna go down any second now, and there you go. Beautiful 3-star. Thank you so much for watching. Apply to X Empire if you meet the requirements. Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment if you have any questions or what you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.